how are you documenting your journey? It's not just about going to school and just going to school, because back then in school we had so many other things. You could volunteer, you could do even departmental stuffs. But I think that one of the mistakes that undergraduates make is the fact that they don't document all of these journeys. You just do things, you just volunteer, and that's all. That thing that you've done, is there a particular, if I ask you that, okay, so what have you done? How will you convince me? How will you tell me that you've done this, you've done this, you've done this? So people just spend their time, they spend their energy on things that you cannot show for. Whatever you are doing, please know how to show for it. If you have actually volunteered for a particular organization, what particular role are you taking up in that organization? Let it be defined. Number one. Number two, if you have done like a particular project or something, write about it. This is how you tell people. Because if you tell me, you volunteered for 20 organizations and you don't have any proof for it, I won't believe you. It is normal for everybody to say that, oh, I've done this, but where is your evidence? Please write your things down, publish it. If you don't know where to publish on Medium, publish on LinkedIn. That's why a lot of people they talk about LinkedIn being intimidating and all of
oppression.
That. I understand that perspective. Me too. Even as I am, I still find some posts intimidating, especially if you just get you log into LinkedIn, especially if you're in your waiting period. I mean, if you have been doing a whole lot of things, you have been submitting applications, you have been doing everything, you have been trying your best, and nothing is working, and you log into LinkedIn, and you see someone way younger than you, saying something, announcing their wins, their accomplishment, and everything. You get to sit down and actualize like, wait,
what am I doing with my life?
So I know the part of being intimidated with LinkedIn, but it goes beyond that. One thing that I've realized is whatever it is in this life, you have to know how to twerk whatever you are doing to your own advantage. When I was applying for all of my scholarships, I had evidence for everything that I've done. In fact, my online webinars that I spoke, I recorded it, I posted it on. I had a YouTube link for everything. All the announcements that I did with Women Deliver, with Nursing Now, all the content that I wrote for them, everything. I put all the links into a particular Google Drive and I attached it to my application. I did everything that I said. There's nothing you will see. In fact, even the grants that I said I got, I went to the tweets where Women Deliver announced my grants. I put the links of the tweets inside my application. I did everything because it is okay. Especially if in this world whereby there are opportunities, but it is also getting very, very competitive. There is a competition everywhere. So it is normal for one person to say that I'm the one that built Aso Rock. But where is your evidence? This is what sets you apart from every other person. And I think that this is what we don't do as an undergraduate. You set up, you are part of the organizing committee for a particular project, and you're not talking about it. Excuse me, no. If one person now asks you that, what have you done in your undergraduate? How do you want to give out the evidence? Evidence is very, very key. Just like Nursing has told us, if there's anything that you have done and you've not
document,
you've not done
it.
You've not done it. So documentation is key. You have to start learning. Undergraduates need to start learning how to, document their journey, how to look back into their growth. What have I done last year? What changed this year? What were the things that I did wrong last year? What were the things that I am doing better this year? If someone asks me, what have you done? What did you do? It's not just saying, I went for a project. I was project manager for this clinic. Where is your evidence? If you don't know where to post it, please post it on LinkedIn so that you have a link. If anything happens, if anything asks you that, okay, what were the evidence of everything that you said you've done during your leadership experience and volunteering experience, you'll be able to provide an evidence for it. That's number 2. Number 3, one important thing that we are lacking as nurses is that we don't know how to speak up. And this is where I would like to talk about academic writing. No matter where you are, even if you are not in the field, even if you are not in academics, please know how to write well. know how to write. It's not, you don't need to if it's okay if you don't like the research space and all of that. Although I would strongly suggest that if you have to move the profession forward, research is the baseline of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're talking about profession and everything, the one of the what that a particular profession will bring is the discovery, the innovation, what they were able to do with their profession. And you can't do that without research.
Mm.
So that is one other thing. And in your undergraduate study, please do not say that, oh, research is too hard. Kineko. Please focus on it. Try as much as possible to learn about it, learn about research. If there's any particular group that you can, I'm very, in fact, this is one of the things that I'm so happy that INR is doing. That is the Institute of Nursing Research. If you're an undergraduate and you've not joined INR and you're thinking of all of these opportunities, you're probably
You are joking, no?
yes, because this is one thing that is very, very essential, even as young professionals. Let me bust your brain. In Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Application, there is a particular segment where you have to paste your published research. When I wanted to work as a research nurse with Chemonics, they asked for evidence of my research, evidence of a particular publication. They asked for a minimum of 2 research publications from me.
Wow.
The reason why I was able to get that role, and that is why most people think that it is for older people. And so when I came in and they saw that this person, it is this small girl that is thinking of this. Because a lot of them expect that before you could have like at least a minimum of 2 publications in a particular journal, you'd have probably gone so high, like all of that. And they were so surprised. And I think that these were the major opportunities that actually set me up, that was able to leverage on and build on different opportunities that comes afterwards. So if you're a student, if you're not too young to have publications, if you don't know, your research could be very, very rigorous. In fact, research is not even could be research
It is rigorous.
but if you know that you cannot get into a particular research, keep on writing. Academic writing is very, very important. It does not need to be a research paper. It could be a commentary. It could be a perspective piece. In fact, there are some journals that they accept letters to the editor. It's not all the journals that you have that your letters to the editor has to be invited. You can send the letters to the editor. You can write commentary. You can write perspective pieces. Things that are the things that that are catchy, things that will provide solutions to current global health problems, around the world, so that they will know that yes, even as small as you are able to integrate your knowledge into solving problems that affect a whole lot of people. So it's not just about saying that you are going to school. How are you able to use that knowledge? One of the ways you can show that you are using your knowledge in the healthcare system, you are following trends, you are able to see that, okay, this from my own perspective, this is what I think should be done better, is to write. Because when you write, you are creating evidence. Other people are reading it. Other people are seeing sense in what you are doing. And this is actually a very, very major way of, making sure that nurses pick up. If you are not just at the back, we are not just the profession whereby, they'll be giving orders to and you don't even know what you are doing. No, things have changed. Nurses are the central, in fact, they are the heart of the healthcare system. And as such, we need to behave as such. We need to behave like people who hold the healthcare system. Our decisions matter, our opinions matter when it comes to building stronger healthcare systems wherever we are. So I think that's like the third one. And then lastly, please focus on your professional and personal development. Go for conferences. If you cannot go for physical conferences, go for online conferences. Let me tell you something. Before I got into, because I've sat on panel discussions. The first panel discussion that I was with, I think that one of the major ways in which I learned was from the other conferences that I've been to. I wasn't just attending conferences for attending conferences' sake. I was looking at how these speakers talk. I was looking at how they were pushing confidence. I was looking at how they were able to set up their thoughts, how their thoughts were able to merge. Because even though at that particular time, I wasn't yet somebody that will be sitting on high panel discussion, I wasn't yet somebody that they will be sponsoring on conferences and all of that. But even at that particular time, I knew that there would be a day whereby me too, I will stand somewhere and people will listen to me. And before that day came, I was already preparing myself. I was already seeing how speakers in conferences will talk. I was already seeing how they were preparing PowerPoint presentation. I was already seeing the certain differences, because if I go to all those conferences, one of the things that I check is how was this particular speaker, was it catchy to me? Like, was he able to interact with me? Is this speaker, did this speaker actually perform well? What did he do differently? So that when I get up there too, I'll be able to know that if I'll be able to because I've put myself in the shoe of a listener before. So I already know what a listener would actually expect from a speaker. So it's not just about going for conferences. You have to explore. In fact, it is just basically exploration. Because during the undergraduate days, this is the time you have for yourself. This is the time you are much free, because at postgraduate level, nobody cares. Undergraduate days, you are probably single, you don't have work to do, you don't have family, you don't have anything. They are sending you money from home, they are doing everything. So that's like the best time for you to explore. That's the best time for you to travel. That's the best time for you to attend a whole lot of things. So please, there's no time, there shouldn't be a space for being lazy during the undergraduate days. So those are my 4 points, really.
Amazing.
And
Amazing. Thank you very much for going that deep. And again, I can pick a few things just to summarize what you said. Number one, you need to learn to communicate. Communicating in writing, building the confidence of speaking up, understanding that your voice matters as young people. And to be sincere, this is not even for undergraduates alone. This is for everyone who belongs to the bracket of early career nurse, right? Who is probably just less than 5 years in the profession. We have to see ourselves as change makers, as people who can really contribute to the development of the healthcare system, especially in the third world nations, in all of our tropical West Africa and different African nations. Thank you very much for sharing those thoughts. You mentioned a lot. You talked a lot about the use of social media, LinkedIn, and everything. Can you tell me in few words this time? I don't want to highlight. Do you consider social media to be a blessing to you? And there's a reason why I'm asking this.
Social media is a blessing to me. It's a big blessing to me.
Were you at any point bothered about the distractions that will come from social media?
Yes, at the initial stage of my career, I was bothered about the distractions, because if you're not careful, like I said, you get so distracted with social media, especially when you see people talk about a lot of things and you're probably doing a lot and yours is not coming in. But on the long run, like I said, one thing that I was able to discover that made me a smarter use of social media was to understand that social media is a tool. And it is what I wanted to do for me that it will do. So the moment I am giving social the power to actually influence my emotions, the power to actually influence what I do, the power to actually start feeling inadequate, then I'm not taking a smart choice. What turned around for me that made social media a good choice for me was the fact that I'm able to sieve, number one, the notifications I have. I'm able to determine the people that I follow. I'm able to use it for my own sake, because there are some posts that I deliberately made on LinkedIn, and these are the posts that I could actually make reference to if I'm writing something about the things that I've done in the past. Because if you post on LinkedIn, you'll be able to get a link that you can put into your personal statement, a link that you can put into your CVs, a link that you can do anything. When I was applying for this Erasmus scholarship, I made use of YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't use, most times what I used YouTube for was to learn. If I want to learn about something, YouTube is a school, right? I literally turned YouTube to it, because even when I was applying for my Commonwealth Share scholarship, I went on YouTube. It was YouTube that I learned like maybe 80% of what I want to know about the scholarship. I met a whole lot of scholars and all of that. So it depends on how you're able to use this social media to your own advantage, because on the long run, I've benefited from social media. Did you remove anything from me? No. Me, I have gotten what I want to get. At the end of the day, I spent so much on it. I spent my data, I did everything. But at the end of the day, I got my scholarship.
Mm.
LinkedIn, everybody was saying LinkedIn is intimidating. I made my post on LinkedIn. I was able to refer to all these posts when I was writing my statement of purpose, and it got me a scholarship. I have benefited from it. And let me even tell you one funny thing.
Mm.
When I went to Qatar after my panel discussion, I posted it on LinkedIn. From that LinkedIn one person, one of my major mentors during my application, in fact, is a blessing to me. He was the one that messaged me directly on LinkedIn. He asked me if I'll be applying for postgraduate scholarships this year. And I said yes. And he said, let's work. He said, let's work together. He was the one that, because he saw my post, he messaged me directly and we were able to work together. That particular person, he reviewed my CV. In fact, I did, because my SOP for my scholarships, I think I spent like 3 weeks developing that SOP. We worked together for that 3 weeks. He stayed solidly behind. If I had not made that post, there's a high chance that he wouldn't have even seen me. Let me now give you another example. Dr. Akinbade. My first personal encounter with Dr. Akinbade was me sending a Twitter DM to him. Because it was then I was just finishing my undergraduate level and I needed a mentor in the nursing profession. I looked around me and I was like, who can I go for? Who can mentor me? And I decided to go for Dr. Akinbade because of the amazing things he was doing. And I knew that if I want Dr. Akinbade to actually look towards my direction, what will Dr. Akinbade do? What will I do?
Research.
Attention to those. So that time, I decided to start writing a particular commentary. When I finished writing that commentary, I entered Dr. Akinbade's DM and I told him to help me review that particular commentary. I knew automatically that because of that thing, he's going to look towards my direction, no matter what. And that was what brought about my relationship with Dr. Akinbade till now. Dr. Akinbade wrote recommendation letters for every of the scholarship applications that I made. Everything. There's my scholarship journey, everything that happened till now, even the work that I've done before, there's nothing that Dr. Akinbade does not know. There's nothing. Regarding my professional development, there's no single thing like this that Dr. Akinbade does not know. And how did I get to know him? Is it not through social media? I sent a Twitter DM to him. And I was able to leverage all of that to my own advantage. So I think that's what makes the difference. The ability to turn whatever it is, to use it for your own advantage. That is what makes the difference.
Amazing. You know, I asked that, and you have actually spoken at length. You know, I asked that to just disagree some people's mind who believe that. I think there are different categories of persons, actually. There are some who have this tool in their hands, but are not maximizing the tool. And there are others who feel, oh, it's a very distracting tool. Why am I here? Let me not do anything on it. But I think from your experience and all that you have shared, we must begin to maximize this very, very tool. I thank you very much for all that you have shared.
You're welcome.
I think we should begin to round up now. But there's still a lot I want to talk about. Number one is your mentors. Already you have mentioned Dr. Akinbade, you mentioned some of the people that reached out to you. Can you in 1 minute, and I want us to do this briefly, can you in 1 minute just advise somebody out there using your own experience how to connect with a mentor? Already you've said some things, but I just want you to pin it down now. How do you connect with a mentor? Because FYI9 actually, we are big on mentorship. We're trying to help young nurses develop their professional lives by connecting them with mentors. We've had a cohort of FYI9 mentorship program, which was really amazing. And somebody out there might be wondering, how can I also, meet people who help my professional journey, just like you have done? Can you just give them tidbits? Okay, do this, based on your experience.
Number one, I think it's important to define who your mentors will be, because there are so many aspects about life. Do you want a professional mentorship? Do you want someone to mentor you with that regarding academics? There are so many people. So when you've discovered that you want this particular person to mentor you, please don't enter that person's DM and say, I want you to mentor me. In fact, if someone does that for me, I will not even respond. It's not like I'm proud. No. It's not about pride. But the kind of message you send towards people, because mentorship is a two-way thing. You'll think that you're actually the one doing the work, but your mentors are doing much more work. Because if I have the people you are meeting for mentorship, there are people that are older. They probably have families, they probably have their own career, they probably have their own academics to run. And so if they have to fit you into their own schedule, then you need to understand that you have a whole lot to do. It's not that you just meet somebody and then you expect that person will respond to you. No. I already gave a tip about how I was able to catch Dr. Akinbade's attention. In fact, this is a tip that has worked for me. In fact, this is a tip that I also use till now. Number one, look. In fact, before I go for people's mentorship, I don't know. I behave like they are FBI. I trace them. Before I'll come to you, before I'll them deliberately say that I want to start a relationship or I want to start a mentorship relationship with you, I would have read everything about you. I know what I might not say it. But one thing, the reason why I do that is for me to know what you are passionate about. Something that if I tell you, if I put into my first message into your DM, it's going to catch your attention that you won't have any other chance than to actually respond to me. Because the people that you are sending messages to, they probably have hundreds of messages in their DM that they are not responding to. They have a lot doing in their own lives too. So it is normal for you not to get response when you want mentorship. It is normal. So, and then another thing is you have to make sure that mentor that you are going for, your passion actually aligns. Because when your passion does not align, that mentorship might not work. It might work at some point, maybe in the beginning. But on the long run, when you don't have anything to talk about again, when you don't have like a sort of like an aligning interest to talk about,
common ground,
a common ground, the relationship will definitely die. It will die a natural death. If you're not talking with your mentor again, it's depends to you saying hi maybe every twice in a month, like twice in 6 months, and that will be all. Number 3, when you have a mentor, know that mentor expects things from you. You have to keep on engaging with that mentor. You have to keep on, because if you don't engage them, they have other things they are doing too. You have to keep on you have to be up and doing. You have to do things. One of the things that builds a strong relationship is when you are constantly engaging your mentor, when you are constantly doing something and you are giving a feedback to your mentor. Okay, let's say I need a mentorship in academic and research writing, right? And I know that this particular person is good in it. I won't wait for that person to call me for a particular collaboration. I won't. I'll just go to the back, start learning about academic writing, start doing things on my own. And then giving what I have done, I'll not give it to my mentor to come and to edit this for me. With that person will know that, this person is serious.
I've done something.
This person knows what she's doing. This person knows. This person is passionate. Let me respond to this person. It will get to a time that if that person has 10 messages to attend to, your own message will pop up, because that person knows that you are bringing in value. You're not just wasting his time. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, when they require mentorship, they want their mentors to do things for them. They expect that your mentor will call you for collaboration. They expect that your mentor will start sending you links to go and read. Nobody has the time. When everybody wants to survive, when everybody
what you can do on Google yourself.
Seriously, something that if you go on YouTube, it is better for you to do things and make mistakes. Don't do it perfect. In fact, nobody wants you to be perfect. Don't do it perfect. Do the things that you can do and send it to your mentor, so that he knows that you are passionate. Next time, if he sees a particular opportunity, he's going to send it to you. I remember when I was applying for my scholarships, before Commonwealth Share Scholarship entered, my mentor that I saw on LinkedIn, he has already sent me links. He sends me links of things that I could read. He sends me, because at that particular time, if you correct my mistake in my statement before the end of that day, I had already sent back the corrected thing to him.
Wow.
I won't wait for months or for weeks. Then I'll not stand and say, and this is what he has sent me to correct. Kinika. No, that's not how to, because people are busy. And if you want someone to notice you, if you want someone to work with you, you have to be up and doing, especially with your mentors, especially if that mentor is somebody that is high up there and you want their attention. You said you will not slack. That is one thing that I feel like people should do better when it comes to mentorship. You have to be up and doing. You have to make sure that your passion aligns with your mentor. And you have to know how to catch your mentor's attention. Read extensively about them and know the messages that you have to put across in such a way that no matter what your mentor is doing, once he sees that kind of a message, he is going to attend to you. In all of these things, I think that being intentional and being strategic is the background of it all. You have to be intentional, you have to be strategic when it comes to mentorship. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so very much. Intentional, strategic, 2 words that I believe somebody who is watching this will need to take away from this conversation. Really, so amazing thoughts you have shared, and I think it's across board. Whether you want a mentor for academics, or you want it for anything, it's just about being strategic about it. Know what you want to go for and go for it. All right. I want to ask you a question, and I like to just do this quickly as well, like we did the other time. Do you think there are opportunities at the bedside? Because for you now, global health scholar, some people don't want to be public. Some people just like the private life.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if I don't have interest in global health, public health, all this? Do you think there are opportunities for me to even fly high, maybe from the bedside? And tie that with, how do you cope? You mentioned that you've got a family. You're a young lady starting out a family and all of that. I know this is a long talk for you, but can you just do a quick touch on how you are able to manage the stress and everything that comes with marriage, childbearing? And I need to say this. In my interactions with older nurses, one of the common statements I hear is, "Oh, my child did not allow me to do so much," And while I understand the burden that comes with childbearing, and in fact, I think I was reading a research work sometime, and the researcher was dropping the opinion that somehow the quality of life of a woman drops because of pregnancy and childbirth. But here you are defying the odds. I've got a couple of friends like you, mutual friends, who are defying the odds, who believe that they don't have to allow childbirth to be. How did you come with this whole idea, and what's your motivation and your drive? So I don't know if you still remember the 2 questions.
I think that the first question is opportunities in the bedside.
Yeah.
The other one is, how do I manage family and profession in such a way that one does not hinder the other? So I'll answer the first question. If there are opportunities in the bedside for nurses, yes. And I'm going to go straight down to a particular example. Last year, the World Health Organization collaborated with Nurse Now Challenge to set up a particular challenge in tackling with AMR amongst patients. This isn't even a public health thing. There was a grant for it. There was opportunities to present your studies in global spaces. And in fact, there's a particular focus on it. Whoever is applying has to be on the bedside.
Wow.
You can't, it's not for public health nurses like me. It's for bedside people. They want nurses to use their initiative to actually detect how to see how they can reduce AMR in patient care.
By the way, somebody who is watching, I'm sorry to cut in, somebody is watching and wondering what is AMR, antimicrobial resistance.
Antimicrobial resistance, yeah. That is one. Right. 2, my Nursing Now Challenge, in my cohort of global leaders, we had a particular nurse from US, from the United States. She's a clinical nurse. She works in the bedside. And even with the fact that she works in the bedside, she has collaborated with Johnson & Johnson. She has been on a panel discussion during the World Health Assembly. She currently heads the Nursing Now Challenge, the American branch. She currently heads that. She actually tutored our successor, the next cohort of Nursing Now Challenge winners on how to use storytelling to talk about their ideas about nursing. She works in the bedside. She's not even a
Mm.
public health nurse like I am.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
If you look at previous, even chief nursing officers at WHO, if you
Yeah.
look at their background, they've had background in clinical nursing. Even as I am, even as I am a public health nurse, there will be a time in my career I know that I'll have to work in the bedside, because you can't talk about public health nursing without first talking about how things affect patients, how they affect, your direct communication. If you want to talk about healthcare, who are your audience? The audience is the general public.
Patient. Yeah. Yeah.
Most of our professors here, most of the professors that teach me here, I mean in Sheffield, they work with the NHS.
Mm.
I have a particular Professor Andrew Lee works as a consultant works as a senior consultant in the NHS. He's a professor of public health, and he teaches us disaster and emergency management. He
Mm.
works in the bedside, although he's actually a medical doctor, but that does not even mean. What I'm saying is that when it comes to core frontline healthcare profession,
Mm.
you cannot remove bedside from anything that you want to do.
Mm.
Even if your focus is on public health, you
Mm.
cannot, because your major focus of what you are doing, your innovation, everything
Mm.
that you want to do is to better the lives of people.
Of
And
patients.
if you
Yeah.
do not have that interaction with people, something will become missing in your career.
Mm.
There's no
Mm.
way. Except if you want to be on the side of, let's say, you want to make policies, and all of that, or maybe you are in the tech area and you don't particularly need to, interact with people. But as
Mm.
far as what you are doing involves interacting with people, there's no way. And this is one thing. There's no time in my life that I've ever thought of bedside nursing being lower or being
More or less.
lesser than any other part of nursing, because
Mm.
bedside nursing forms the baseline, is the foundation of everything that you want to do.
Mm.
You don't have that baseline. If you don't have bedside nursing skills, there's no way. Go and check the profile of all those chief nursing officers in WHO, all those top people holding nursing profession. They have experience in clinical bedside nursing. Go and check. There's no way. So that's one. And I think I've been able to make examples of opportunities that bedside nurses can take.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You have. You have.
there's even another thing, clinical research. There was a time I was applying for clinical research course at King's College London. And I think even this year, the Budget Trust is actually funding 2 candidates to study clinical research at King's College London. The people they are going to prioritize for
At the
that
bedside,
they are
frontline
going to
network.
stay in the bedside.
Mm.
There are those that already have experience in clinical patient care that they will prioritize. So it's not only when you go into public health that you see scholarship. If you are funded by Budget Trust is big. If you are funded by Budget Trust to go to a top school like King's College, do you know the prestige and the worth that will come with it? And they will prioritize people that stay on the bedside. So I think that one of the perception of bedside being lower should actually, it shouldn't even cross people's mind. And I think that this is one thing that we should all learn to. That perception is something we should all learn to take away from our
Take
mind.
away. Unlearn it.
Unlearn it. There are so many opportunities. There are
Even
so
at
many
bedside.
diverse opportunities in bedside. Even as I am, don't be scared if you see me working in NHS. Because the
You're
foundation
welcome
of
to get it.
what
Yes.
to do has to come from patient care. That's number one. Number two, combining profession, career with family. I won't lie to you, it's not easy, because when you are still single, you have your time, the whole 24 hours is your own. And
Yes.
but when you have family, you have to start prioritizing your time. And this is
Yeah.
one particular thing that I do. How do you prioritize? One thing that I learned about marriage and childbearing is prioritizing time. I prioritize everything that I want to do. I have a to-do list for everything. If it's not on the top of my list, there's a high chance that you will not
It
get it.
cannot be done.
Yes, I prioritize everything. My time I've dedicated time for everything that I want to do, and I think that this is a positive impact, because even in my life, I see myself as someone who is much more organized in whatever I do right now compared to before. So one thing, prioritizing your time if like for me now, because I have a baby, if I know that this is the particular time that I want to read, that I want to catch up on assignments and all of that, I would probably take my child to a childminder close by. It's going to stay with the childminder through the hours that I want to spend. And when I'm done, I'll still have time to spend quality time with my baby at the same time. So it's much more about prioritization. Number one. Number two, support. There's nobody that will go through all of this without support. There's nobody. And this is one thing that I always say. Because when I took my child to to Kigali for the Women Diva conference, my son was just 2 months old then. I traveled with him. I traveled to a conference with a 2 month child, so with a 2 month old baby. People were asking me, how did you do it? How did you do that? You traveled with it? How did you-" And I was like, see, it is okay if you think I have one superpower or anything, but the superpower is the fact that my mom-in-law actually follows me. I wouldn't have done it without support, and this is
Support.
a special thing that I want. I mean, this is a personal thing, but I think it's also very important to chip it in. The career in your life is actually dependent on the family you marry to. It's actually dependent on the people, the quality of people that you have around you. And this is one thing that I always say. The quality of the person you marry will definitely rub off on you. If you marry somebody that does not believe in your dreams, that does not believe in your aspirations, that person, you won't even know. But no matter how much you try, it won't just come easy. It will not. But if you get married to somebody that believes in your dreams, that is able to support you, you get to wherever you want to get to. And I'm so happy that we have so many examples. If you look at those people that are doing things with their children, with family and everything, go and look at them. They have support. It's like no matter what it is, they will have support. I was hearing about a particular lady. She's a Nigerian and she got the Gates Cambridge scholarship to study at the University of Cambridge, and she has a baby. Do you know what? She got support with that supervisor, with her PhD supervisor. Her PhD supervisor said she could actually bring in her baby, that she does not mind, that even the baby could even stay. I've never seen that kind of grace before. But do you think that all that support, it will be difficult? It will be difficult. It's not. I'm not going to be the type of person that will say that, oh, things that I found it easy. Or, I didn't find it. It's not easy. If you have fun, it is not. It's not easy. But at the same time, I think that when people understand that these things does not come easy, they'll also be able to plan ahead towards, tackling all of these challenges. When you understand that challenges are actually part of life, you'll be better able to deal with these challenges than saying that, oh, it is, than, believing in things that are not real. You have to be realistic with your life. So I would say it's not easy. But one thing that I've done is I have support and I'm able to actually prioritize my time. I know what is priority for me and I go for it. Number 3 is I remove distractions as much as possible. I don't have the time that I usually have before. Before I could sleep for only God knows. I could watch, I could chat, I could do everything. But now, if anything is not going to benefit me, you won't see me do it. I won't do it. So I'm much more intentional about how I spend my time, how I prioritize what I do, and then I'm also able to seek support. Please, that thing is it's one thing to have support around you. It's another thing for you to say that I need the support.
I need help. Yeah.
Seek support, seek help.
Don't try to form.
Yes.
Yeah, you're strong.
Seeking support is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. But at the end of the day, when people come to your head, you are much more able to do things. You are much more able to do things in a sane mind, with a sane mind, in a good with good physical health. Because if you are stressed out, my dear, you won't even be able to think straight. Let alone saying that you want to do things in your career, you won't be able to. So you need to be able to seek help, identify the support that you have, prioritize your time, organize your things, and cut down on distractions. And I think that has been the things that works for me, and it's still working for me.
Yeah. So I think I need to give you thank you for that. This whole 1 hour plus that we have spent together. Thank you for sharing your hearts. Yeah, we have actually spent 1 hour plus, and I know that this is going to really help somebody. This is going to inspire somebody. This is going to help someone to channel their energy properly. And for somebody who is thinking it's impossible, I believe now that you can see that it's a possibility.
Yes.
And maybe for somebody as well who is thinking, I've not started any You have said you did not start early as well, but you are here. You've got to where you are because you started somewhere and put all the effort that is necessary from the point you realize that you get to move. That is so important. Thank you very much for your time.
You're
On
welcome.
behalf of Professor Priska and Professor Adebayo Adejumo, I want to thank you especially for sharing this space
You're
with us, sharing your time. Like I said earlier, they are the conveners of this organization. They gave us a platform, and somehow I believe that they have been an inspiration to a lot of young nurses, and they are
welcome.
trying.
There was a time I wanted to write something. I wanted to write a particular paper, and I went on PubMed, and I saw
Mm.
Professor Prisk. Professor Prisk, in fact, she has, I don't know, she's an icon.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
a
that
lot.
she's an icon. I saw a whole lot of her papers, and I was like, God, when do I want to become like this?
She's become a mentor. We call her the super mentor now in the final because she has mentored people who is not mentoring us, and that's so amazing.
Yes.
We are grateful for this platform, and we believe that with this momentum, with this energy that we've started building, we can do much more than they have done. That's their prayer, and that
Mm-hmm.
is why we are taking up to use this platform to inspire somebody. So if you're watching this, get inspired. Know that there is so much available up there, and there is so much room. And like I always say, there are many uncharted territories in nursing that if we just choose to put our head into it, we'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to make a difference,
Mm-hmm.
not just in nursing profession, but in the health system and in the healthcare space. All right. So once again, thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
We're going to be stopping here. Maybe in the future, I'm going to call you back for us to do a more detailed analysis of your master's program and everything.
Okay.
But this is just like a teaser. So let's hope that we'll have the time to come back again and
Mm-hmm.
do some more detailed conversations about some of your works. But
Yeah.
for now, I want to really appreciate you once again. Thank you very much. Do you
Thank
have
you.
any last words for us so that we
I think that what I want to say will be directed towards career nurses. Like I said, I have to reiterate that you don't have to feel inadequate. The world awaits you. You have to put in your voice. You can be anywhere, you can be anything that you want to be. As long as you put in the energy and you believe that you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, you can get everywhere that you want. Yeah. So don't always feel inadequate. You are enough. You are more. In fact, not enough. You are much more than enough.
much more
The
than
world awaits your energy. The world awaits your intellect. The world awaits everything that you have to offer. So
yeah.
that was my parting words. Yeah.
Thank you very much once again, Rafia
You're welcome.
Akinopo, MPH candidate, Erasmus Scholar, Europe Public Health, Nursing Now Challenge, Women Believers, I don't know. A lot. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I pray that God will continue to help you to keep scaling
you.
new heights, higher heights, and higher heights. And my regards to your family and everyone. All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.